Welcome back to the Football Heritage. I'm back again. We are back with another edition. Today, I will be reacting to Manchester United abysmal performance at the Molineux against Wolverhampton Wanderer. What an embarrassment. That was shocking. That performance today was one of the worst performances I've ever seen as a Manchester United supporter. I've been supporting this football club for over 20 years of my life. And today's performance, arguably, it is the worst I have ever seen. Pathetic. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely shameful. A complete shamble. This football club have turned to a laughing stock. Where do we go from here? We just need to rip it off, rip the entire team, sell them all. No one at this football club is safe. All those players, they are a bunch of useless footballers who they have low footballing IQ, physicality non-existent, bunch of lazy brat. You go to Wolverhampton Wanderer, a team before the game, they were in relegation zone. They were in relegation zone before the game. And we didn't do anything. We were disgraceful. We were pathetic. We were a complete disgrace in that game. A complete disgrace. And if you are a Manchester United fan, if any Manchester United fan out there you think this is gonna be a quick fix, just wake up now from your slumber, because you are daydreaming. This is gonna take time. And Ineos, if they don't spend the money to get in the players that Ruben Amorim wants, then it is time for Ineos and the Glazer to leave this football club. Because you cannot set this manager up for failure. Because if you don't spend the money to buy players, you are setting him up for failure. Because those players, they now worth, they are a bunch of brat, bunch of useless footballer that now worth every penny they are earning. They are not worth it. So, Ineos, you have to spend the money, and it has to start this January transfer window. We need at least 3 players who will be starter in this football team. Because right now, it is abysmal. This team is a complete joke. All of them players, they are a bunch of useless, brainless footballers. Their IQ, footballing IQ, is so low. And I think the top 20 teams in the Premier League, lowest footballing IQ. Our players, we are in the top 5. Brainless. Players that struggle to give a 5-yard pass. You don't coach that. Giving a 5-yard pass, you don't coach that. You don't coach a player to give a 3-yard simple pass. or 3 yard simple pass that my granddad in a village can give, you will see player earning over 200 grand, 300 grand, struggling to give a 4 yard pass. That is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. What did we offer in that game today? We went into that game today. What did we do? We were abysmal. We were clueless. We didn't even know what to do. The performance was pathetic. Clueless. We struggle in a Mayfield, and the win back, they struggle. The attackers, they struggle. They struggle. So Ineos, the ball is in your court. They have to spend the money. This is the only way we can start or rebuild. This is going to take time because it's not a quick fix. They have to start spending the money in January transfer window. We cannot wait for summer. It has to start January, because if Ineos, you wanted a complete rebuild, you couldn't have waited this long to get Erik ten Hag out, because he contributed to this mess we are in today. Even though he is not 100% reliable for what this team is going through, but he contributed immensely to what we are going through right now. Because he signed Anthony for £80 million. He signed Rasmus Højlund for £70 million, unproven player. You have a lot of proven striker out there. Rasmus Højlund shouldn't be leading the line at this football club. He should be a substitute player, not a player to be leading the line. He gave Bruno Fernandes a new contract. It was ten Hag. He signed an Asian Casemiro. So, the calamity at United, Erik ten Hag contributed. So, he should have been fired sooner for a new coach to come in and have a preseason. This is what happened when you bring in a coach, a very good coach like Ruben Amorim, into a complete mess, because you brought him into a complete mess, complete shambles, and you have to back him. Ineos, you have to back this guy, because if you don't back him, Ineos and the Glazer should be out. The first mistake was made 1 year ago, when Ineos decided to buy less than 30% share of this football club. Instead of them selling this football club to Qatar, they could have sold this club to the billionaire from Qatar. We couldn't be in this mess, because they have the money. They could have bought players. That's what Chelsea did. They have the money. They could have bought 10, 15 players and have a new squad. But no, they decided to sell share to Ineos, the Glazer. They are still at this football club. What do you expect when we still have the Glazer at this football club? So Ineos, you have to do your job. You hire this manager at the wrong time, but you have to start spending the money in the January transfer window, because at this moment, those players, they are not worth. Those players, they are lazy group of brat. It is unacceptable. Andre Onana, this guy, we got Erik ten Hag. This is the reason why I said earlier that Eric Ten Hag contributed immensely to the calamity, to the disgraceful moment we are going through. He contributed immensely. What did Ten Hag do? What did he do? He refused to renew David De Gea contract and signed Andre Onana for about £55 million. How dare you? Many of us thought that Andre Onana, his bad form last season, for the entirety of the season last year, he was abysmal. He was shocking. And he cost us more goals than any other player last season. But at the beginning of this season, he has some good games. So some of us, we thought he has improved. But no, we were wrong. This guy, he's one of the players that need to go ASAP. He is very useless. I have been watching this team for over 20 years. I have been watching Manchester United for over 20 years. I have never ever seen a Manchester United goalkeeper concede a goal in the Premier League from a corner kick. So, in a week, the first choice goalkeeper and the second choice goalkeeper, they have conceded 2 goals directly from a corner. If a goalkeeper is conceding goal from corner, that goalkeeper doesn't deserve to be in the Premier League. That goal, that first goal today, was for nothing. It was 10 against 11. But they didn't create anything. And Konya scored directly from a corner on Andre Onana. That guy is very useless. If you watch the Bournemouth game, he was useless in that game. You watch the game against Nottingham Forest, he gave away 2 goals in that game also. If you have a terrible goalkeeper in the Premier League, you are going nowhere because he's going to cost you game after game. And this is what Onana is doing at this football club. So he has to follow Ten Hag to be thrown out of the football club. He is useless. He is abysmal. He is shambolic. They should get rid of him ASAP. Should get rid of Onana. He is freaking useless. This guy was brought in as a sweeping goalkeeper. But what is he doing? He always kicking the ball out of play for throwing to the opponent team. He's not even good with his feet. But this is why Eric Ten Hag, according to him, signed Onana. He got rid of DJ. I don't want to hear about playing ball with your feet as a goalkeeper. No, I don't want to hear that. The first responsibility of a goalkeeper is to stop the crosses in his area and to stop shot from entering the goal. That's the first responsibility of a goalkeeper. And Onana, he's freaking abysmal at doing his job. He's abysmal. He's a useless goalkeeper. Freaking useless. He's not a good shot stopper. That's the first job of a goalkeeper, to be a good shot stopper. Onana doesn't do that. He's not a good shot stopper. Onana was never a priority during that transfer window. He was never. We should have recruited for other areas in the squad. David De Gea could have been the last person to replace, because you will say everything about David De Gea. Oh, he's now a ball playing goalkeeper. When last should goalkeeper play better with their feet? The first priority of the goalkeeper is to save ball, to stop ball from going into the back of the net. And David De Gea is freaking good at that. But what is Andre Onana good at? He's only good at conceding crazy goals, getting out ASAP. And Diogo Dalot, he has been terrible. He has been abysmal all season. This guy, he has never had above average performance. Every game, his performance is below average. This is how terrible he has been. Defensive wise, terrible. Going forward as a wing back, terrible. We agree. We don't have a left-footed wing back right now to play that position because Lucia, it was a mistake to renew that guy contract in the first place, and his contract should be terminated with immediate effect. He should leave this football club because he's not available. Any player that is not available should leave the football club. He shouldn't be stealing or living at this football club. We understand. We don't have a left foot back. For 1 year, Ineos refused to sign a left foot back for 1 year. 1 solid year. They never signed a left foot back. Depending on Luke Shaw and Malacia. Malacia coming from injury for over 1 year. How can you depend on such player? Refuse to sign a left back. And now Dalot has to play. But I think the coach, you have to bring somebody from the academy. This is the reason why we have the academy. What happened to Amas? That kid from the academy. He played a few games last season. What happened to him? He will be better at that left wing back position than Diogo Dalot. Going forward, abysmal. Defensively, atrocious. So what can Dalot do in a left wing back position that an academy player will not do? What? So the coach, I think he needs to reconsider that decision. He needs to drop Dalot. Dalot needs to be dropped. He has been terrible all season. He has to drop him. And in the long run, wing back position, I think Ama need to go back at the right wing back position because he was excellent in that position. Excellent, because our wing back in a system, the wing back, they have to be effective. And our wing back, what were they doing today? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, player rating for Andre Onana is man of fire. He's pure shit. He's not needed at the football club. Getting out ASAP. Minus 5, that's a rating. Minus 5 over 10. Absolutely dreadful. Lenny Yoro have an average game, so I gained 6. He was not the cause for any of the goal. The defense was good. They didn't do anything wrong. And Lisandro Martinez, he had an average game to 6 over 10. And Harry Maguire, 6 over 10. So I get it back 3, 6 over 10. Mazraoui, I think he had a below average game today. Going forward, he didn't offer anything like the previous game he played in. So I gave him 5 over 10 for Mazraoui. Diogo Dalot, very wasteful. He gave like useless pass to Bruno. And this guy, Dalot, has been wasteful all season. He has been pathetic. He has been a disgrace this entire season. He offers nothing going forward. He offers nothing defensively. So for Dalot, I gave 0 over 10. 0. 0 over 10 for Diego Dallo. And for Manuel Ugarte, this guy, he is our best midfielder. Hands down, Ugarte now, he missed the Newcastle game, but he was immense in the middle of the park. And he got substituted because he was on a yellow. So I gave him 7 over 10. Our man of the match, Manuel Ugarte, 7 over 10 for me. And Kobe Meno struggled in the entire midfield. Since he came back from injury, he has been struggling. 4 for me. He didn't do much in the middle of the park. 4 over 10. For you had a below average performance. 4 over 10 for Kobe Meno. And Ama had a below average performance. 5 over 10 for Ama Diallo. And for Bruno Fernandes. The guy who's supposed to be the captain. The guy who is, in fact, the captain of this football club. Captain should lead by example. I have seen in my lifetime, I have seen several Manchester United captain. I saw Roy Keane. The way Roy Keane used to push the other players to the limit. The way Roy Keane used to hold the game. The way Roy Keane used to move as a captain. Game in, game out. Captain performance. Roy Keane, he will give 100%. 100% Roy Keane. I saw Roy Keane did that for this football club for several years as a captain. One of the best captain ever in the history of Manchester United. Roy Keane, hands down. For me, Roy Keane is the greatest captain ever in the history of Manchester United. He never let this football club down on the pitch. Always gave everything. I saw Gary Neville. He was not a world-class footballer, but he gave everything. He gave his blood, he gave his sweat, he gave everything for the football club as a captain. Captain performance. Every game, he will give 100% as a captain. He led by example. He was also one of the best captains in the history of the football club. He led by example. He left. I saw Rio Ferdinand, arguably the best centre-back ever in the history of the Premier League. I saw Rio. He led by example as a captain on the pitch, off the pitch. On the pitch, the performance is the most important thing. I don't care about any player personal life. What you give on the pitch for our football club, this is what I care about. Rio gave everything on the pitch. One of the best captains in the history of our club. Nemanja Vidic, a warrior, the guy who will put his hair where other players are scared to put their feet. Nemanja Vidic, the only defender in the history of the Premier League to win MVP, Barclays Premier League MVP twice. He gave everything as a captain for this football club. His blood, his sweat. He gave all for this football club. He left. We have Patrice, one of the best left by the Premier League I ever seen. Patrice Evra, he gave everything for this football club. Everything on the pitch. He led by example. Patrice left. We have Wayne Rooney, the greatest player in Manchester United history, the all-time goal scorer in the history of Manchester United, Wayne Rooney. A player who never stopped running, who run on the field like a mad dog. He never stopped. He gave his all for this football club. One of the best captain performance, led by example on the pitch. Led by example. The captain, Wayne Rooney. He left. One of the greatest players ever to play in the Premier League, Wayne Rooney. The third all-time goal scorer in the history of the Premier League, Wayne Rooney. Beyond Shearer and Harry Kane. He left. Antonio Valencia. He was not world class, but he gave everything on the pitch, led by example. Valencia left. Ashley Young. Ashley freaking Young. captain this football club, sacrificed everything. He gave his all as a captain. He left. Harry freaking Maguire, not a good footballer, criticized the most. He was criticized the most. He didn't lead by example on the pitch. He's the second worst captain I've ever seen in a Man United shirt. But this guy, Bruno, he never lead by example, always complaining. He gave the ball away to any other player on the pitch. Watch the game from both teams. Every Manchester United game, when Bruno plays, go and watch the game. Every time you see Bruno Fernandes on the pitch, he's going to give the ball away to any other player from both sides. Giving ball away, he's number one in world football. I have never seen a guy playing number 10 who is ineffective as a 10 player equal to Bruno Fernandes. I have never seen a player who is useless in his position equal to Bruno Fernandes. I have never seen a player in his role who always gave the ball away cheaply in dangerous area equal to Bruno Fernandes. I have been called probably after the game today. The coach and myself will have the same opinion about Bruno. I don't care. Bring somebody. This guy, he's very lazy, quick to lose the ball. He doesn't run. His footballing IQ is below average. The footballing IQ is below average. Bruno Fernandes. But after today's game, probably the manager and myself will have the same opinion about Bruno. Because for me, I've been saying it. He doesn't need to play. Go and, if you don't have anybody, go on the academy before the January transfer window or the summer, before you replace him in the squad. Go on the academy. Get somebody to play. Get someone to play. Anybody will be better than this guy. You saw the game today. 10 against 11. We played better when we were 11. Can you imagine? What that says about Bruno? 10 men play better than 11 men. What that says about Bruno? This guy is playing number 10, but he is wasteful than any other player. A guy who's supposed to keep the ball well, or guy who's supposed to make sure and create chances by keeping the ball well. Don't rush to play the wrongful pass. But he is the one who always giving the ball away. What do you expect a team to do when you have Bruno Fernandes playing as your creative player? What do you expect? I don't want to hear somebody say, oh, Portugal, Bruno Fernandes can play better. International football is freaking slow. International football is boring. It's very slow. The pace, go watch international football. The pace is slow. And how many good teams Portugal play? When they play 10, 15 games, maybe they play one or two good teams. So what are you talking about? Playing teams like Andorra, Cyprus, all the country. What do you expect? But this guy, he needs to go ASAP. He needs to leave this football club ASAP. And giving this guy a new contract was a big mistake. It was a big, big mistake by giving this fool a new contract. A huge mistake. It was a huge mistake by giving Bruno a new contract. This guy, he makes over £300,000 a week for that shit performance. For that, and he got himself sent off today. In a year time, this guy, he has been sent off. It's not even a year. Few months, he has been sent off 3 times already. Captain, this is our captain. He doesn't lead by example. Freaking useless. The worst captain ever in the history of the football club is Bruno Fernandes. And who made him captain? Eric Ten Hag. So this is a huge job. So Bruno Fernandes rating -10. -10/10. That's the player rating for that fool of a footballer. -10/10. He is freaking useless. He should be so ASAP. And Rasmus, Holland play non-existent. We agree you are not receiving, you are not getting a lot of service. You are not getting service to score. The Mayfield is not creating for you. But as a striker, your first touch has to be good. And he is lacking of that. First touch, very poor. Holland play, very, very poor. And I don't blame him. He shouldn't be leading the line for a football club like Manchester United. He should not be leading the line. No. How is Rasmus leading the line for a great team like Manchester United? How? Can somebody explain that to me? How? He should be coming from the bench. He should not be near that starting team. Never. He should not be near the starting team. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. But what can you say? This is where we are. And this is the reason we are 14. And we are fighting to remain in the Premier League. That's just a harsh reality. This is what we are right now. So Rasmus, 1/10. You were abysmal in that game. 1. And Casemiro, 5/10. Not talking too much. His legs are gone. He's old. So 5/10 for me for Casemiro. Christian Eriksen, same 5/10. Below average performance. And Zexi, 5/10. Average performance, below average. For Garnacho, 3/10. This guy, he had the ball, dominant in the game, had the chance to pass the ball to his teammate, lost the ball, straight away Wolves scored a second goal, 2-0. And he has done that many times this season. Garnacho, he has lost possession many times this season that resulted into goals. So for me, he get 2/10 for me. He has been abysmal. For the past 2 months, he has been abysmal. Alejandro Garnacho, 2 for me. And I don't know when we're going to win game now. I don't see us winning any of our next 3 games. So Monday, we are at home. It will be 3 straight defeats at home in the Premier League. We lost to Nottingham Forest. We lost to Bournemouth. And our next home Premier League game is Monday against Newcastle United. Tell me, what are we going to do? Ugarte is all of that game, 5 yellow card. Our best midfielder is not playing. So, just imagine, I can see Casemiro and Christian Eriksen starting again. Probably Kobe Meno will be number 10. Bruno is not playing. So Casemiro and Eriksen probably playing in the middle against Jolinton and Bruno Guimaraes. They will have a feast. They will feast on them. Like they're going to feast on them. Like lion feast on that prey. When you see the lion in the jungle, running behind the deer, kill the deer, and just chop the deer. This is what Bruno Guimaraes and Jolinton are going to do to Casemiro and Eriksen on Monday. They're going to feast on them. They will be up for it. Guimaraes and Alexander Isak, he's on fire. Issa is on fire right now. And I don't see us winning game now. I don't see it. It's not happening. Because we are freaking terrible. Useless. Abysmal. Sell them all. That's the only solution. Get a new team. Sell them all. Freaking sell them all. You think we're going to get anything Monday against Newcastle? No. It will be a third consecutive home defeat in the Premier League. That's for sure. We ain't getting anything from that game on Monday. Because our players, they are freaking lazy. They don't have the strength. They cannot run to save their life. Their footballing IQ is below average. Our players, they have the lowest footballing IQ in the Premier League. Lowest IQ. Lowest IQ in the Premier League. Players that struggle to get 3, 4, 5-yard pass. What do you expect those players to do on Monday against Newcastle United? They have a brilliant Mayfield. Tonali, Jolinton, Bruno Guimaraes. We ain't going to survive. We're going to lose. And after that, what next? Anfield. We go to Anfield to face Liverpool in the Premier League. You think we're going to get anything again? Are you really, you really think we're going to get anything at Anfield? We're going to get smashed. Smash the potato salad. We're going to get smashed at Anfield next weekend. After Newcastle at Old Trafford, when they battle or they will go Anfield, we get smashed there. Then we'll go to the Emirates in the FA Cup. Then they crucify us. This is where we are. We're not winning or drawing any of those game. We're losing all. This is where we are. A laughing stock. A useless football club. And there's only one solution. The only solution, because it's a long-term fix. It's not short-term. It's not quick fix. The solution is to get rid of them all. They are a bunch of useless players. Get rid of them all. Sell them all. That's the only solution to this problem. That's the only solution. And you can start with Bruno and the goalkeeper. Onana, he's shit. Absolutely dreadful. Consider goal like that from a direct corner. Useless. He's useless. So we should get rid of him. Bruno Fernandes. The coach need to stop playing him. That's the quick solution. Stop playing Bruno. Stop playing Bruno and Diogo Dalot. Stop playing them. If you don't have any player that you trust, go get someone from the academy to play. Go and get somebody from the academy to play. They will play better than Bruno Fernandes and Diogo Dalot. They have been terrible. Terrible. And this is the thing with Bruno. Even games that we won, Bruno will have a shit game. Probably we get a penalty and score from the penalty spot. Everybody will forget about his shit performance. Or all of a sudden, he will do a smash and grab and score. Everybody will forget about his shit performance. But I don't forget about the shit performance. I said it after the City game, we won, but Bruno was shit. He scored a penalty, but he was shit. Because he was shit in that game. You saw it. And I said it. He was shit. And this is the reason why many of you, every time you have a shit game, we get a penalty, you score, you forget about his shit performance. You focus on his stats. Stats can be misleading. The eye test is the best. Stats can be misleading sometimes. Bruno is one person. Stats will tell you that he's a good player, but in reality, he's a shit footballer. Footballing IQ below average. Week in, week out for the past 2 years, having shit performance. So before I go, if you are not yet subscribed to Football Heritage, the link is in the description. Please go there and subscribe. And if you want for you and I to have a show together, you can contact me and just message me, and we can talk about it. We can have a show together. And if you too you have a YouTube channel, well, a small YouTube channel, we can grow together. We can have a show. You can come on a show. I can go on your show. So please subscribe. The link is in the description. I'll see you tomorrow for the reaction for the other games. So peace. I'm out of here. You guys can have a blessed night. Have a blessed night, ladies and gentlemen.